So one of the things that I bought in Amsterdam while we were there was paint, because I do enjoy watercolor painting, even if I don't do it enough. And I've been watching people make watercolor paints for a while. So while visiting the windmills, I decided to buy some pigments. So I've got this green and I've got an ochre. Let me show you. Yeah, it's chaos back there. My art desk is a mess. So this beautiful ochre. So excited to try this, and yeah, we're gonna see how it goes. Just as an aside, I'm not an expert at making watercolor paints. This is me trying something new because I already am invested in the craft of, or the hobby of watercolor painting. I'm not an expert by any means. Again, a lot of my stuff is really rough. I'm not always happy with it. But this is kind of soothing, so let's check it out. Whoa. Alrighty, let's make some paint here. This will be watercolor paint. Sorry if I'm muffled. I have on my my mask so that I don't get dust particles in my lungs. This is a gum Arabic binder. Ooh. Alrighty. I'm making a mess here, but that is okay. Mixing it in here with our palette knife before using our paint roller. And the binder I'm using is this brand. There we go. I am not going to pretend that I know exactly what I'm doing, because I don't. This is only my second time making watercolor paint. The first time I used some old blush, and it actually turned out pretty. I haven't used it too much, just because I don't have a lot of use for something really sparkly, but I wanted to try something small batch. So this is my first, bigger batch. And now that it's made, we're going to test it and see if I have enough binder in it. So here's my test for my first one. So let's test this batch. All right, so the way that I do this, at least, is I date it. And this is Green Earth. All right. So this is the second watercolor. Too much water on my brush. Let's see. I might need a little bit more water. That's better. I'm still not very good at this, so that's why we're testing it. Alrighty, from my research that I found, the way to make sure you have enough binder is to let this dry, and then once it's dry, I'm going to rub my finger over it, and if it comes off, then I do not have enough binder. If it does not rub off, then I should be good on the binder. So we're going to give that a few minutes, and we'll find out. So while our paint dries, I do want to note that while this is non-toxic paint, I'm not wearing gloves due to the fine particles. I mentioned earlier that I'm wearing a mask. I bought these at Home Depot or Lowe's, one of the. I bought these again because I don't want to be breathing in fine dust. So super simple. I'm using them a couple of times before tossing them, but it's just to make sure that I don't get anything crazy in my lungs. Okay, so my paint swatches are dry, and this looks like we have enough binder in there. Sweet. Which means this is going to go, which means all this paint now goes into these full pans. Don't know if I'll need to, but I got them out. So let's see how good I can clean this up. And again, remember, I am very much a newbie at this. I am testing this out because I like watercolor paint. Oh look, I have paint still on there from last time. I didn't clean off all the way. Whoops. Now, from some of the research I did, they suggested only filling up the pans halfway before, but I don't really have a good way to store my paints. Oh, that filled up nicely. To store this paint between filling these up halfway and then refilling them, so I'm going to just fill them up all the way. And here I thought that 2 pans would be enough. It is clearly not. So, oops. Let me get another couple pans out. One of the other suggestions I found online when I was doing my research before buying my paint making supplies was that smaller palette knives were easier to use when filling pans. So they do make larger palette knives, but yeah, this one's works very well for this. Okay, so it turns out I'm gonna need another pan. Well, I'm not gonna have any. I'm gonna have to wear my ice and green paint for a while. My gosh. Also on the measurements here, this was 1 tablespoon of my green pigment and 1 tablespoon of my binder. And it has made probably going to end up being nearly 5 full pans. So if you're wondering about volume, it's going to take me a long time to use all this. So yeah, I'm going to make a mess. Let's even this out a bit. So yeah, nearly 5 full pans of this earth green pigment. I need to let these dry for about 4 days. Come back in 4 days and we will test it out. Alright, so my pigment is all dried. This is the green that I made last time. You can see that some of these have cracks in them. I need to get better about tamping down my my pans, and I need to be better about cleaning up the edges. But overall, I'm happy with how they look. So we're going to test one of these. See how it turned out in the long run. So let's get to working. So for this test, I'm going to do a wet on wet technique. I haven't really done that with this paint before. So we're just gonna get the paint in this little half-filled pan, nice and damp. Get that. I'm making a mess here. Give that a minute to soak in. And then this is just my little test little sketch or paint pad here. Probably have not given this enough time to soak in, but that's okay. Let's see. Okay, that's really Please remember, this is only my second time making watercolor paint, so we're going to give this a minute longer to soak in, and we'll come back. Alrighty, it's been a couple minutes. Let's try this again. I have less water on my brush as well. So we're really gonna get a bunch of paint on here. Okay, it's still lighter than I prefer, but for a first test, and for being a little impatient, I'm not unhappy. I will definitely have to play with this for my next experiment, because I'm not sure how to make this pigment more vibrant. That being said, I'm not unhappy about the color. Maybe I just need to be more patient, and I am impatient today. All in all, though, I am not unhappy with my first real attempt at making watercolor paint. And it is a pretty green. It's a very natural spring green color. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, I am not an expert at making watercolor paint. This is just me testing things out. I'm very much a mess, but I think it is a fun experiment, and I'm glad that I picked up these paints. So I will see you guys in the next video.